Ciao. So occasionally we sell out of pizza, and on other occasions we don't, and we have dough left over. And this is one of those occasions we have dough left over. Just one tray, but it pains me to throw dough like this away because we've put in 48 hours worth of work. The yeast has worked so hard to rise our little bubbles up, and we can't just throw this away. So what we're going to do is make some amazing focaccia. The flavour is going to be incredible because it's had all of that time to ferment. It's not over fermented, so it's minimal hands-on time. It's just a little bit of proving time, and you're going to end up with the most amazing focaccia to make some nice sandwiches with. Let's do it. A couple of things you're going to need. A tray. You can use one like this or a metal one. Just make sure it's deep, because if your dough still has a lot of air in it, it'll puff up, which is great, which is what you want, and that will just support those sides. You're going to want some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. I know it costs more than gold at the moment, but without this, it's not going to work. This is what makes focaccia. It's got that olive oil, salty richness. So if you've got it, use it. You can use normal olive oil, I guess. A bit of semolina or flour just to help you get your dough out, which is what we're going to do now. So, pizzas that never were. So this is going to be a bit messy. You're going to have to try and judge. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I reckon I'll fit 4 in here. I have got clean hands. So a bit of flour, and you can use flour on this. I normally recommend using semolina when you're in the pizza oven, but this isn't going to burn like it would in a pizza oven. So as you would getting the dough balls out of a normal tray, go around the edge with your flour. Now we're going to chop them out around the edge as well. Take your time on this bit because you want to preserve as much of the air that you've already got in there as possible. That's what's going to give it that characteristic bubble inside your focaccia. It looks a mess, I know, but trust me. Okay, so now we've loosened that. What we should have done is oiled our tray first. My bad. So let's get some oil in there. Be very generous with the oil because there's never really too much olive oil in focaccia. So all the sides, be very generous. Otherwise you don't want it sticking and it just adds to that really rich, amazing flavour. Okay, now that oil will also help you to transport the patient. Now what we want to do is try and get that back into a shape. You can fill your tray like this. So this is how mine looks in its tray. Yours might look totally different, but that's the beauty of using leftover dough. It's relaxed, it's stretchy, it's bubbly. It's not going to be a perfect square at this point. That's why you shape the dough when it's proving, so you can predetermine the shape that it comes out. But we haven't predetermined this, so this is how it looks. What I'm going to do is cover it in cling film and leave it for about 3 hours. It's probably around 21 degrees at the moment. But there's no rush. What you want to see is just it rise again, even if it's just a tiny bit. It just needs to relax into its new home. And then we're going to go in and do all the fun stuff, the dimpling and stuff like that. And we're going to end up with this most amazing focaccia. So let's come back in 3 hours and see what it's like. All right, so it's been 2.5, 3 hours. I lost count, to be fair. But this is what I've got. So it's a relaxed dough and it's starting to get more bubbles on the top, which is a good sign. The yeast is still active. So what we're going to do now is hit it again with some more liquid gold, that extra virgin olive oil, and again, be very generous. Now, what you want to do is get these. We were born with these specifically to make dimples in focaccia. So let's put them to use. Get some of that olive oil onto your fingers, and then we're going to make some dimples. Just gently push your fingers into the dough, and that causes the air. You can give it a little wobble as well. And this is one of the greatest feelings known to mankind as well. So you're in for a real treat. Now, what I'm going to do is you can get anything from your fridge. You can get olives, tomatoes, rosemary, anything that you want to put on here within, well, no, not within reason. You do you. So what I'm going to do is I've got some caramelized red onions that were left over again from yesterday. I've just hit them again with some heat. I'm going to put some of them on top, and then some grana padano cheese. Give a good sprinkle of that. Fresh tomatoes go really well on this. They go, obviously baked tomatoes are great, so just push them in there fresh and they'll go really nicely. So you could also go sea salt as well, but with this cheese it's quite salty anyway, so I prefer not to. This is what you should be ending up with, something like that. If it's different, it's fine, because we've got different dough recipes. In the oven, 220 fan, about 20 minutes, and then check it. So I can't give you a specific, this is how long, this is how hot, because your dough recipe might be different to mine. You might have a higher hydration, lower hydration, I don't know. But I think a rule of thumb is put it in on 220 for 20 minutes, check it. If it's got a nice golden brown top, you should be good. So let's get it in the oven now and see what we end up with. Right, out of the oven. Let it cool in its tray for about 10-15 minutes, just so you can handle it. And this is what we've ended up with. Nice golden brown colour. So get your scraper again, just go around the edge to separate it, but if you did the olive oil okay, then it shouldn't stick. And then what we want to do, lift it out onto a board, and then I'm going to give it a cut and we can see what's inside. Look at that. So you've gone from having leftover pizza dough that was going to go in the bin to the most amazing, airy focaccia. Nice golden brown topping. And this was only 4 of those leftover dough balls, so I could make another 3 of these focaccias and have sandwiches for the whole week. It's incredible what you can do with that leftover dough, because it's such an amazing thing that you put all of the effort into. It's such a waste to throw it away. If you're not subscribing already, then hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.